Nope. Are the lines up?
Yes, sir.
They look good? That's as expected. We'll talk about it on the way up. That's on. Houston, this is Boston speaking. Mission launched for Roll Call Friday in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered! 12 covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
I just got to say that if that doesn't get you ready for a Roll Call Friday, nothing's going to get you ready for a Roll Call Friday. What is up, Brigade? How are you? Man, that intro that E does every Friday for us is so darn good. Thank you for being with us. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault. We are live on YouTube, live on Twitter at Boston versus the Book. Sports Grid on the replay. We got it right. We got the replay right. We did it right yesterday on our own. Amazingly.
I'm so excited. I was holding my breath. All right. It's Roll Call Friday. Welcome, everybody. And again, don't be a bum. Hit the thumb, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get in the Discord. Perrault, what's the Discord?
BVBshow.com.
Thank you. Get in and watch the live show right here. I was holding my breath like we were in that rocket. As you said, are you ready to go? And I said, yes, trepidatiously, hesitantly, because yesterday we pulled it off. We started the thing a little bit late, but we know why. Because I was late. That's why. But we got the live thing going. It's on the Twitter. It's on the YouTube. But I was hesitant that, like, is he going to be able to hit ease start with the thing?
Yeah.
And everything worked. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Farra's on vacation. We got this.
Not
thing.
my first rodeo, Dave. Come on
We're
now.
driving, baby. We're driving. Let's go.
Not my first rodeo. So, okay, the one difference between what having Farra here and not having Farra here is going to look like is that we cannot put the chat on the screen.
Damn it.
For a lot of you guys who are used to seeing Roll Call Friday where we do the whole roll call and you see your name up on the screen, we can't do that today. So just FYI on that. There will be a couple of tweaks. Things will look a little bit different, but you are more than welcome to write on YouTube, on the live chat, or on Twitter underneath the tweets. Go ahead and write something to us. We'll do our best to read it, to see it, and to call you out here on a Roll Call Friday. That is what we do. So if you're new, welcome in, write something, be a part of the community, join the brigade, and you'll have a chance to be a part of it. A guy wrote us a very nice note last night on Twitter about watching us on Sports Grid and how he's in love with the show. He loves to be a part of it. If you're one of those people and you ever want to be part of a Roll Call Friday, we go 10:45, 10:30-ish Pacific time, around 1:30 Eastern live. So you can hop on the live show, which really has a lot of the energy. And people have asked us, why don't you guys just do a recorded show? Because we love the energy the live show brings. It's a lot of fun to have you guys here and interact with us. And Dave goes through the names at some point during the show. Dave will jump in for that.
Mission for all the brigade members that are here and that may join later. Want to put you to the test a little bit. We're doing Roll Call Friday and we're doing area codes. So the first call out in the chat is your area code where you're listening or watching from right now. But at some point today, if it's not right now, go on a YouTube channel. What is the YouTube channel that we got going, Perrault?
It's, if you go to YouTube, it's at Boston versus the Book.
At symbol.
Yeah.
Boston versus the Book.
And it'll come right up.
Okay. That's where it's at. Go in and leave a comment on the show. today. At some point
after the fact,
Friday, Saturday,
okay,
Sunday, you have the whole weekend. This is the assignment.
Yep.
Just go on and say something, anything, anything, where you're listening from, watching from, how long you've been a brigade member watching the show, anything, who you think's going to win on Saturday, anything. I want to see, because we have such an interactive crowd in the Discord channel. We have a really active crowd on the socials, especially the Twitter.
Yeah.
Apparently, talked to a guy who knows a guy. He said, get the comments on the YouTube.
Oh.
I said, I'll ask the people, because the people are why we're here doing the show.
Yeah.
There you go. Roll call is flowing.
Very cool. That's great to see that. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. So I've been doing all these, I'm walking every morning now as my 2 workouts I do every day. So the first, I get up and I walk, and I'm listening to audiobooks while I'm walking. And so I just finished Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. And it's like, there's so many interesting things about our show in the brigade and what we're growing. And there's a rule of 150 that really goes into it about how we're connected to so many people and how our connectivity really now in the social media world has exploded and really gone a lot. But it's amazing how still word of mouth is still the most powerful way to spread the word of anything.
It means the most.
Yeah. In Twitter, a lot of ways is word of mouth, but we have a bunch of you guys that do a phenomenal job. But for you guys who may be new to the show or who like the show, you're on the ground floor of something really fun. And we feel it every single time we sign on. We understand what's being built, and we know what you guys, what we know what the show means to you, and we know what you guys mean to us. Tell somebody, let's grow this, let's keep this rolling, and let's really see where we can go. Because that rocket ship, that's why E made that rocket ship, because that's what he says we are. We're just on the launching pad. We're fueling up the rockets, and we're starting to go. So you guys are here. Tell somebody, be a part of it. Tweet it out. Hashtag BVB Brigade on Twitter.
I love when that stuff starts popping up all over, by the way.
It's very,
like when people start to put it in their things or their messages.
Yeah.
And then when you go to respond, or you go to just type hashtag BV, and then it comes up, and you go BV, and then damn, BVB Brigade just pops up. I'm like, shit, if we figure this out and we can get on them trending lists and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting with the doctor and Travis from WagerWire, and we're at the Palms, and we're having some conversations. And I said, have you ever gone and looked at BVB Brigade on Twitter? And they're like, no. They're like, yeah, whenever you're tweeting at the show, definitely include that, because people have it in their Twitter bios that they're part of the brigade. And that's not, we've never talked about this, never asked anybody to do that. You guys have done that on your own. I think the first person I saw do it was Stevie Mack. Then I saw Mikey Awesome do it. Then I saw Sonic do it. And I was like, wow. I was like, guys, this is super cool to see that you guys took that hashtag. We didn't create it. You guys did. So the organic nature of the show is such a fun component, and something that really fires us up every time we see it. So thank you for being here. Welcome to Roll Call Friday. Just a little story, small story, tiny little story going on the first thing out of the gate. So, as we know, and my phone blew up, and Dave's getting asked by every media outlet in America, basically, about what do you say? What's the comment of 4 Lions players, including a first-round pick in Jameson Williams, who have been suspended, 2 of them for 6 months, 2 of them indefinitely for betting on NFL games.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway? Because Calvin Ridley, we thought might make him an example. Nobody else will do it. Well, now we got 2 more wide receivers. Maybe it's a wide receiver thing. We got 5 wideouts so far who've been busted, and 1 defensive end who've been busted for gambling. But as the book
about the positions, like the first question everyone wants to know is, did they win?
No.
Did they win?
No.
They didn't even win the bets.
My guess would be no.
Wow. And then the second question is who reported them?
There was an investigation that went on. Somebody ratted them out. They either pulled data. They were betting on their phones, sometimes in the facility. So,
well, that's what the violation is, because it was in the facility.
No, 2 of them bet on football games involving NFL teams.
Did they win?
We don't know. Because the big question is this. This is the question now. Cephas and Moore are indefinitely suspended. They were cut an hour after the story came out. They are the ones who bet on NFL games. Did they bet on Lions games?
I guess they'll find that out. I just got a text message from somebody that said they only got caught because they were using a team Wi-Fi.
That makes sense. Yes, 100%.
They only got caught because they were using a team Wi-Fi.
Yeah. And somebody ran a
Somebody said, "Wait a second,
run it."
You guys were making bets on the Wi-Fi, getting your ankles taped or wherever you were?"
100%. That's exactly what they were doing. They were in the training room getting taped and talking about bets back and forth, and they used the team Wi-Fi to make the bet and didn't think that there was going to be a record of it.
Well, it's not important where they were while they were making the bets. It's completely because
it's how they
then it would have been okay if they'd have been at their house making the bets.
No, but if you want to know how did they know to pull the Wi-Fi, right? Why was the team looking at the Wi-Fi? This is why. Because you can't bet on anything if you are a team employee. And
that's fantastic. You can walk right by the book upstairs in your building.
But you can't bet on any. You can't be in a book. You can't be seen in a book.
Oh, we know a guy who works for a different team. He wouldn't even come in the casino. He was so scared. I can't come in there. I'll get fired.
And so several Lions staff members were fired last month for violating the gambling policy because the team did an audit and found out. And then they went, oh, if employees are doing it, well, how about our players? Ding. And all of a sudden here comes this month-long investigation into finding out who did what, when, and how. And then 2 indefinite suspensions, and Jameson Williams gets 6 months suspended from the NFL.
I just want to know if they won and what they were betting on.
Why is it better if they won?
What do you mean? Because the most important question that anybody's asking, not whether they're betting or not, because it doesn't matter. Nobody knows shit anyway. What are they going to do? They're going to bet and win? They're not making enough money. They're betting to make money. What are they betting for? So now I need to know if they won or lost, and I need to know what games they bet on, because now I need to see what they knew or thought they knew or didn't know. Because if the games come into question, if they were betting the over and it was 48-45.
Yeah, so you want to know what they bet, not if they won or not.
You need it's a correlated parlay. You need to know both.
Okay.
Because you need to know how it played out. Did they have inside information? Did they bet player props? I mean, what they knew who was going to be the number 1 receiver in the game plan. They bet all his props over. They knew this guy wasn't going to touch the ball. They bet under. There's a lot of things that need to be asked.
Cephas and Moore are indefinitely suspended, and they were cut an hour after the story broke by NFL Network. They were cut. So the reason why they're the ones getting scrutinized the harshest, I think, right now is because they bet on NFL games. So what did they bet? And everything you're saying is completely what everyone wants to know. You cut these guys. You didn't even wait. It's a 1-year indefinite suspension, at least 1 year, if not more. But as the investigation goes on, see, this is where it gets the federal government involved. Because if they pulled a Pete Rose and they're betting on games they were involved, now you're talking about violating federal law. So there's more to the story than just betting on something else other than NFL games. That's one thing that gets you a 6-month suspension now, which is kind of odd. I thought it was a year.
They can't bet on basketball games.
They can't do it from the team facility.
So where you're at is how
matters.
you get suspended. Because I bet on the NBA, because I bet on the Sixers last night
from the team facility.
On the Wi-Fi.
Yes, I get busted.
It's illegal. If I was outside in a parking lot, not on the Wi-Fi, that's okay to do.
No one cares. Correct. For the first round pick for Williams.
Unfucking believable. Oh,
it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
That's the last time.
It's all right. I got 2 already on you, so we're good.
The guy was right. I can't do a clean show. Man, oh man, oh man. No value at all.
Stop it. But I think there's some interesting.
You don't watch the show anyway. He told everybody.
That's true. But there are going to be some interesting conversations about this going forward because, look, I'll ask you this. Is it right that the NFL says that their employees can't bet on anything when they are partners with sports books?
You tell me. How hypocritical was that?
It's wrong. It's not right.
Awful look.
Yeah, it's an awful look. It's wrong. If you're going to take an official partner, multiple, then your employees should be able to wager with your official partner. Now, everything but NFL games, that's fine. But like when I was sitting with a guy who worked for the Green Bay Packers and he was like, I'm not going into the book. Like, what do you mean? He's like, I can't be seen in the book, Matt.
I was scared to go in.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean you can't be seen in the book? I can't be seen in the book. I can't go near it. I was like, but you can bet on it. You can bet on like baseball games, right? No. I work for the NFL. It's in our code of conduct. We don't have a union. They do. The Players Association negotiated that they can bet on other things but football. We can't bet on anything. We work for the league. We work for a team. That's dumb. Like that is asking for trouble and asking for a lawsuit or something to come up. So that needs to change. The fired employees, maybe one of those people, men or women, who got fired, they might be the ones to go to court and say, can someone explain this to me, please? Like, how is this even remotely legal that you can do this? You can fire me for betting with your official team partner. You're telling the public to do this, but I can't because I work for you? Okay.
Not only telling the public, you're advertising in the building that you play the games in.
With the book now.
With every book in the world.
Yep.
You have commercials nonstop on television, radio, podcast. And if you want to sponsor our show, you can put it right there. And you can take bets from everybody.
Right.
Team franchises were bought. The Steelers by the Rooneys off of winning a horse bet. The Maras were bookmakers. The Giants, New York Giants, were bought by booking the bets. They've been in bed with the booking off, at a hand's distance, arm's length away for 100 years. Now, you're all in it together. You're all in it everywhere. And you're going to bury the players because you got to make sure that the players got to know. If you gamble, you're out.
Right.
Okay. But you work for the team. You can't come in a casino because why? You know something? No, because the association of you gambling, we can't have. Okay. You're an official betting partner right there. It's all over the stadium. You do reads in the game for the same game parlays and everything else. You can't have it both ways.
So Brad Holmes, who was the Lions GM, said in a statement this morning, as a result of an NFL investigation, it came to our attention that a few of our players had violated the league's gambling policy. These players exhibited decision-making that is not consistent with our organizational values and violates league rules. We have made the decision to part ways with two players we talked about. We are disappointed by the decision-making demonstrated by Stanley and Jamison, and we will work with both players to ensure they understand the severity of these violations and have clarity on the league rules going forward. Those were the two players, Quintez Cephas and CJ Moore, who they got busted for betting on NFL games. They're gone. Williams and Stanley Berryhill are the ones who are going to be 6 months suspended for betting on the Wi-Fi with the team.
Oh.
They're placing online wagers on non-NFL games or events while on official team grounds, which includes practice facilities, stadiums, team planes, and team hotels while traveling. Wagering on other sports or playing online casino games, such as blackjack or slots, is otherwise permitted by the league.
Whoa.
Which is so dumb, to be quite honest, but fine.
Wow.
Is this the last of it? Do we hear another story this offseason?
This is the tip of the iceberg for the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Listen,
Sad.
I'm gonna let you in a little secret. Okay, I'll put the listening glasses on, but I'm gonna talk.
Okay.
Professional athletes, coaches, executives, players that work for the team, people that work for the team, trainers, scouts. They've been betting on their sports and other sports for
other sports, yes, 100
years.
Not
their own
years,
sports too.
A long time, yeah.
Their own sports. They have been.
Yeah.
They have been.
Look at
It's hypocritical to
It is
go
very
after
hypocrite,
these
yeah.
people. Okay.
I sat in when I was doing radio, I was in the studio at Legazi Stadium, which had a sports book down below. Numerous athletes were brought in to my studio, and numerous athletes walked down to the book and made bets right then and there. Walked right down. I walked some of them down to the book to go and make bets. So
I took their bets.
right, and then you were there, right? Because you would have been there. So I walked them down. I watched them make the play. They never bet on their own sport. They all, I mean, some of them bet on like tennis. Some of them were betting on like really not.
Yeah, is that
Popular
illegal?
stuff. No, it's fair. That's fine. You can bet on it. But if you were the head of PR, you couldn't bet on it.
Makes perfect sense, right?
Just-
Why?
I don't know. It's a dumb rule. It really is. It's just another one of these archaic things that have to be repealed and changed because, we're now involved with sports gambling and these teams, we're going to go to a certain level, but we're not going all the way. It's kind of, guys, like, you can't be kind of pregnant. Either you are or you're not. Like, you need to just get rid of some of these stupid rules that don't make any sense. And people are getting fired because of it.
Well, that's the answer. Immediate short-term answers. Oh, we'll just distance ourselves from these people and we'll fire them and completely, blow their life up.
Yeah, you broke the rules. Goodbye.
Broke the rules. Bye. Okay.
Mhm.
The rules are
Dumb.
rules are dumb. Just like point spreads are dumb. Like, Kendall says. The rules
Stupid.
are dumb.
Did she say stupid? She's sports are stupid, no?
Oh, point spreads are stupid.
Yes.
That's right. Point spreads are stupid.
Because they are.
Right. But the sports betting rules for
unless you're
teams and
unless you're the
employees-
Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets you can't help them at the end of that. But listen, hey, Fezzik reached out on Twitter and talked about how important it is they get the good numbers because it came into play yesterday. So
finally,
laid 4.5, you won. The game fell 5. It was genius.
Yeah, one game and out of 10,000 now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy because the people that reached out are all people in the business.
Mm-hmm.
My phone's been blowing up all morning and like, what are you going to say? And I'm going to say, what did they think was going to happen when PASPA passed? What did they think was going to happen?
Repealed.
When it was repealed and they said, we're going to make this legal everywhere. What did they think
was
going to happen?
Well, I mean, look, that's the thing though. PASPA was just the repeal of the ban on gambling, federal ban. It allowed states to individually pass their own laws. The problem is the NFL is a national, a federal, if you will, organization. So each state has its own individual rules. So the NFL is deciding to pass these over-the-top, complete, umbrella type rules and laws on their franchises, where each state has its own individual, statutes and laws. So it's very complicated and very difficult, I think, to police all of this because it's state by state basis. Some of the laws are different. So that was always the number one concern. We're now up to 35 states that have some form of legalized sports betting, and it is complicated. It is difficult to navigate right now because each state is doing its own thing. But the NFL is saying no employee can wager on anything. It comes with your code of conduct. That should be challenged. I mean, somebody should challenge that.
But the players can endorse books.
The players can be, ex-players can endorse books, but
the current players can endorse books. What are you talking about? They can go on and say, hey, here, they're in commercials. It's very,
current players endorsing books.
They're in commercials
in America, not in Canada. In America,
they got signs on the stadiums. Everybody's an official betting partner.
Right,
you
but
can do all of that.
There's
but you can't bet on it. That's fine.
Are there players appearing in national TV ads endorsing books? I can't think of one. Can you? I have former players like crazy, but current players.
Connor McDavid is doing it in NHL.
Canada. Yes, in Canada. I know that. But what are they doing it in America?
I saw that commercial here.
Oh
no,
I don't know if I saw it here, or if I saw it on a Canadian broadcast. I saw it. I've seen it. I know I've seen it. I just don't know if I've seen it in America.
I don't know, but that makes it okay.
No, I'm just saying it's different countries, different laws, different rules. But yeah, I mean, I don't know of in the chat. Do me a favor. If you've seen a current player endorse a sports book, let me know. Cause that is, whoa. If we're allowing those types of things to happen.
So a guy that just retired, it's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay, but he's not playing the games. I understand why you sign a Kevin Garnett. Like I get that. I mean, I understand why.
There's not a book in the world that wouldn't take those bets.
For who? From who?
From anybody.
Of course, right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the endorsement.
So why wouldn't it be okay? Because what are they fixing the games? Why is it such a no-no?
It's just the image of it. It's the Pete Rose angle. Pete Rose didn't bet on his team. Pete Rose bet on everybody else, or never bet on his team to lose. He bet on his team to win. Like it's the whole gray area of, well, when you open that door, it opens up 5 other questions that you can't answer, that you don't want to be answered.
That's the ultimate problem. Is like, because you got to start to ask what they bet on all these things. How often did they do it? Blah, 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 blah. Because now you're going to have a problem.
Right.
So you have to cut the head of the snake off, right? You have to stop it at the beginning. This is what, they're trying to do. But again, you made it okay to do it. You had to know this was going to happen. If you didn't, you had your head in the sand. You tried the integrity fees. Didn't work. Now you're doing these policies where no employee can bet on anything.
That was always the policy. It just never changed. The policy was always you couldn't bet.
It was never enforced.
Right.
There was
Correct.
nowhere to do it.
Correct.
Now you can run upstairs at halftime and place a halftime bet.
Yep.
And if you don't do it
from the press box,
you can text your friend to do it, and that makes it okay.
Or on your own phone. Just do it on your phone.
Whatever.
Do whatever you want.
Use the team Wi-Fi.
Something.
It's a bad look, man. It's a bad
We'll
look.
watch it. It's not over. That story is developing, so we'll have more on it probably next week as it keeps going. We'll take a look at where we're going. But let's get to what's going on in the NHL. 3-1 overs for the Grand Salami.
Yes.
Where is the low-scoring NHL playoff hockey that we are so used to seeing? Because is it gone? I mean, we're seeing a lot of goals here.
Well, let's look at the number today. What's the number today? 4 games. What's the Grand Salami?
I think it's the same.
Same exact number.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same number. Yeah.
Just repeat the process.
23.5 juice to the under again.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is supposed to be the under day. Yesterday was the over day.
No, yesterday was the under day.
Carolina and the Islanders.
Sorry. Yeah,
Carolina and the Islanders and Dallas and Minnesota are the under days.
Correct. Sorry. But 2 days ago, it was an over by a ways. It went 32 goals being scored.
Was there an empty netter in every game yesterday too?
No, because Colorado did not get an empty netter.
Oh, right.
They won 3-2.
They won. Yeah. I mean, change of venue means maybe back to the defensive style tonight, right? Carolina and the Islanders. I mean, that number finally went to 5 at a lot of places.
Oilers, we'll get to it later, but they're the number 1 road team to the over this season. That game could have, I'm stunned at that number. That game could have 10 goals in it.
Oh, man. Big juice to the under 6.5 already. Under 20. Yeah.
Don't really get that, but okay. Oilers play wide open on the road. But the Bruins and the Panthers, that game could be wide open. I mean, that game could be over 6.
I get a feeling that one will be the one to go over because of what's going to happen at the beginning of that game and throughout that game. We're gonna see a roller hockey derby at the beginning of that with some. It's going to look like wrestling.
There might be that moment, in certain games where a guy looks at a guy across the way and it's like at the dropping of the puck, dropping gloves, like it's just right away.
Oh, you're already talking about it as you're lining up your sticks. You want to go? You got to go? Yeah, we're going to go. Yeah, I mean, it's just decided. It's a quick little discussion and then boom.
Bang. Yeah.
Let's go. When you look at the board, how do you look at it? Under, over, under?
Over at the board. I think the unders are the obvious ones in Carolina and Dallas. And the overs are the Bruins and Oilers.
Do we know who's playing net for a while?
Gustafsson is the likely starter.
Likely.
We're not confirmed yet, but we're on likely. We're heading towards the possibility.
What did we need to see in game 2 that would make it not.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
just playing possum. You just go ahead and play whatever you need to do. Toronto, big. Speaking of goals, scored 7 on Tampa yesterday. Game flies over. Do we still feel one way or the other about the Maple Leafs, or did last night change things for you?
No, that was impressive as hell. They answered every bell that they were supposed to answer. They came out with ridiculous emotion. 1. 2, they scored first.
Yeah. And
3,
second,
they scored on a power play next after that. And so
Yeah.
they got a 2-goal lead. And they did what you're supposed to do when you're a home team desperate to win a game against a bully. They out-bullied the bully. They just kept elbowing Corey Perry, just, after the whistle, nudging. And the last thing, the box that got checked for sure for me was Samsonov was fantastic in net. He killed a couple penalties himself by being the best.
Right.
A lot of times your goalie has to be the best penalty killer, meaning he got to make 2 or 3 saves that are just absurd, and it builds momentum back after you get rid of that power play.
Well, it was 3-1.
Good happened.
It was 3-1, and it was like you felt it. If the Leafs scored next, it was over. If the Lightning scored, whoa, people would have started to grip. So once they got that 4-1 lead, I was like, okay, I shut it off. I was like, all right, game over. It was like that's it. I can go watch something else. That game's over. Game 3 wins. Who wins game 3 over the weekend?
What's the line?
I like Tampa.
Toronto small favorites.
Yeah, I like Tampa.
What?
Right.
What?
That won't be. It won't go. It won't go off.
Learn?
Yeah.
Don't we learn?
It won't go off like that.
I don't know. First thought is Tampa in game 3, Toronto in game 4. We're going back 2-2. That's my first thought on Friday afternoon while we're recording the show. And again, if you're listening or watching, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You like a side in this?
Hold just real quick.
Yeah. What happened? Another guy got suspended.
What? Division I football in the NCAA, they're set to run the clock after first downs now. That might be the biggest change in college football of my life.
It's not going to stop?
Clocks will run after first downs in college football this coming season.
Okay,
all right, we'll say
so it's not going to stop.
Stop. Right. So you have the ball. If you have the ball, the clock will run now after first downs outside of the final 2 minutes of each half, which will lead to around 7 less plays per game in D1 football.
Nice.
Boy, oh boy. We have a long time to break that down. But you want to talk about betting totals in college football this year? Look out. That's holy crap. That's
shorten
nuts.
The games.
Yep.
Shorten
more
the
games, make them faster. That's their play probably.
The games
and make them faster. Yuck. I think Tampa wins game 3. Rangers take both games in New Jersey. I told you yesterday that was big brother against little brother. It was just rinse and repeat. Are the Devils going to win a single game?
I don't know. What I saw last night, I was on with Moose this morning. Moose took his kids and his wife to the game.
As Ranger fans?
As a Ranger fan, they went.
That was fun.
And it was half the price, and it was still expensive. But his boys play hockey. They're 6 and 4. There's a set of twins, and they're all playing hockey, Junior Rangers program. So they're all in. He said it was the buzz was real at the beginning, but they sucked that hair right out of them when they went ahead.
Bye-bye.
Like everybody felt it. And he said as a Ranger guy, it was cool, but it didn't feel like anybody had any hope leaving, like they were even going to come back for game 5, Perrault.
No, it's over. I think that series is over. Sweep.
You know how hard it is to sweep. You think sweep? I think it's over in 5 for sure, but
what game are they winning at MSG? I mean, this is
game
Devil.
3.
Oh, game 3. No. That building's going to be insane. like the Knicks tonight.
Play the games.
It's like environment matters in sports to me. It always has. Where the venue, where you're playing the game matters. In hockey, it really matters because the intensity. You can get an avalanche.
It matters less in hockey. The road game in hockey can be played anywhere. Like if a team plays a really good road style, I mean, the Rangers, they play right now as good of a road game as any team in the league.
Yeah, them in Seattle.
Seattle plays a good road game too.
They were the best. They're the best road team in hockey.
Same game every game.
They're the best road team in hockey. Yeah. No, they lost last night, but I mean, they scored first. They had a lead. They won game one. They're in game two.
That was a big one to overcome for Colorado.
Oh my gosh, they had to have it. Absolutely. Vegas had to have it. Colorado had to have it.
Yeah.
Both of them, both were 2-2 heading to the third period.
Right.
Both road teams were right there with a chance to go up 2-0. And the home team flexed a little bit and said, nope, we're not going down like that.
Right.
It's such a, 1-1 versus 2-0 is so different.
Oh.
It is just a monumental difference. There's only two series at 2-0 right now.
This is the first game threes, right? There's
tonight,
8 series.
Yeah, tonight's
6
the first game.
Of them
yeah.
are 1-1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How good probably, is the NHL playoff product? It's so good. These games are so like because look, it's hard to believe anybody's a big favorite, right?
Right. Because Celtics are going to go up 3-0.
No question.
The Sixers are up 3-0.
No question.
So they did it. They're up 3-0. So like we don't have that's the only 2 3-0s we've got, but we've got a 2-1 series. The Warriors winning last night. We'll get to those games here in a second. But yeah, I mean, I agree. The opening round of the playoffs in the NHL are more competitive than the opening round of the NBA playoffs.
So good. They're just they're so good. And I mean, there are even better, the fact that the dog has a shot is good. The fact that the dog can win, I think, is really good.
Yeah, sure.
It's
fun.
Kind of the top team should get some sort of benefit for finishing as a top team in the regular season. They don't. Well, that's just the way it is. Like there's no bye. I don't know. Maybe the NHL could institute a bye for the top seed like the NFL.
Why? No.
You got to have something be worth something.
It is worth something. You have home ice throughout, and you play a wild card team.
Well, the wild card team sometimes are almost as good as you.
But that's baseball. That's football. That's like
baseball.
Teams
it's not football. The wild card team is not as good as the 1 seed. Never.
1986. I would say the Patriots went on the road for first team ever. Wild card team, 3 games on the road, went to the Super Bowl. Didn't win. It got killed.
You got the Boston team in there.
Just saying, it happens. Pats were the first team to do it.
God.
First team to go on the road 3 straight times, get to the Super Bowl, like from a wild card spot. We've seen Final Four teams go.
Steelers did that too.
We've seen the playoff team. A play-in team.
When did the Pats do it?
86, first team to do it.
1986.
Yeah, and got annihilated. Remember Bears 45-10. That's what happened to the Patriots.
That was fun.
Squished the fish. Dolphins were the 1 seed. Went to Miami. Beat the Dolphins there.
Oh my God.
Yep, that was. And the Pats went to the Super Bowl and got killed. We've seen
Steelers went and did it and won the Super Bowl. The Giants went and did it and won the Super Bowl.
Right. See, so wildcard teams can do it. Baseball teams have done it.
Right.
So you've seen. I mean, the Red Sox up until 2018, the Red Sox had won all of their championships from the wild card spot.
The wild card had an advantage in that situation. It was crazy. Yeah.
I mean, the 04, 07, 13 wild card to a championship. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's it. I don't mind it. I don't mind the wild card being live. I don't mind. I think it's fun.
I think it's great.
Playing tournaments.
Otto just came in and said it is important to have the last change. That is the most important thing in the NHL for having home ice is having that last change. Absolutely right, because you can dictate the matchups. I don't think there's anything that the Devils can do to prevent the Rangers in that situation. Florida coming home today. Dallas going to Minnesota. I don't think it'll have much impact in those. Edmonton and LA, it might. We'll see about those other two. VGK and the Avs. How big is game 3 in each series?
Big.
I'll tell you.
But I think both Vegas and Colorado were both very good on the road this year.
Winnipeg's favored on the road, by the way.
I mean, at home.
I mean, Winnipeg's favored at home in Game 3. Vegas is a dog.
They should be. Vegas wins Game 3.
Colorado's minus 155 or 160.
They win Game 3.
At Seattle. Vegas and Winnipeg is a pick of minus 110.
They win Game 3, and Game 3 tonight goes to the Bruins, who are favored.
Game 3 goes tonight. Now the Bruins are favored minus 130 at the
40.
local places.
Oh, okay.
Minus
Swayman,
140 and 45 elsewhere. Is Swayman playing? Confirmed?
Because Allmark's hurt. Allmark didn't skate this morning.
Okay.
Unless it was an optional skate and Allmark just decided not to skate. Allmark was not skating. Both Bergeron and Allmark were not there this morning at morning skate. I'm perfectly fine with Swayman starting tonight. I'm a little concerned because the wide open nature of Florida worries me with Swayman because he has had games where he's been giving up big, he's had 5-goal giving up games. So Allmark's a bit more on the conservative side. The 3-1 games tend to go a little more with Allmark, but Swayman was red hot down the stretch. Played extremely well at home and on the road for the Bruins. So I'm cool with Swayman playing tonight.
Hey, if he's healthy, it's fine.
Yep.
Can't play Allmark if he's not healthy.
Yeah. And I think I'm not sure he is. He got nicked up at the end of the year. Everyone in Boston has to just take a relaxation pill for Bergeron playing in Montreal. It finally came out why he played in Montreal in the last game of the regular season.
Why?
His father has cancer. His father is sick. He asked to play because he wanted to play one more time in front of his family because he doesn't know if his dad's going to be around, and this is probably it for Bergeron. This is his last season. I'm
going to start crying hearing this.
Okay? So he played in Montreal, and he got hurt. It's what happens, okay? But as Jim Montgomery said this morning, we would do it the same way every single time.
Right.
There's just something. Bergeron has won a cup here. Bergeron's been, his number is going in the rafters. He means everything. He's the captain. He's the leader of the team. His father's sick. He wants to play he has to play in Montreal in a meaningless hockey game because his father may not be around or he's not playing hockey much longer. So I have no problem. It sucks that he got hurt, but that's sports, man. Suck it up. Stop whining. Play the damn sport.
Right.
Bruins fans need to cut it out. Why the hell did we play Bergeron in Montreal and now we're going to lose? It's so funny to me how fast Bostonians and New Englanders revert back to the 85 mind. They flip back. All these 45-plus-year-old people who suffered through the same time I suffered through, they all flipped. They all go immediately to the worst-case scenario that the sky is falling and the team sucks.
Do that with everything.
Everything.
They do that with everything.
It's amazing.
They're not just Boston people. There's people in Chicago. They do the same shit. I talked to somebody yesterday in Pittsburgh who just still will just like besmirch the Pirates. And I'm like, the Pirates are playing great baseball. What? Why do you guys always focus on the negative?
Yep.
The people in the vacuum love to just do that.
It's like you're sitting in a glass box that's with bulletproof glass and you just fire bullets. Just ricochets all around and hits you. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like there's no point in doing it. It is. And that's why I listen to the Boston media and I just go, like, there was an actual column that came out in support of Swayman starting in Game 3. And the actual John Tomasi, who I know, he actually started the article with, full disclosure, I have not watched a single second of the Bruins this season. That's how he started the article.
That's so.
And then he goes on to say why Swayman should play in net in Game 3. I was like, this is like, are we really like, this is what we're doing right now?
I mean,
like,
I guess you got a word count and you got to justify
a job.
Write about going to the coffee shop. Like write about something that you know.
That's what Mitch Albom used to do. Mitch Albom, that's why Tuesdays with Maury, that's what was so great. He was like a sports columnist, but he was a lot like this. He wrote about sports, but he talked about life, talked about his relationship with his family and his dog and the guy at the coffee shop and things that would happen. People love it if you're actually skilled enough to talk about it and have a conversation, willing to be open enough to do it.
And not everybody can even talk about it or write about it, which I guess is an art as well. But talking about it, one, in a negative light, there's enough negative stuff going on in people's lives and stuff.
Right.
Like to be focused on the negatives of life is such a lesson to change your mindset and focus on what you have, not on what you don't. and focus on the positive instead of the negative, and you'll find more positive in your life.
The Puritans just
won't do it.
The Puritan heritage of New England people. The number one show in New England for sports talk is somebody who is from the Midwest who craps on the Boston sports teams at every single show. He gets off on it, and people love it. They just they had the like. This is now the new thing. They are overrated. The Bruins aren't that good.
Right.
Their numbers mean nothing. Regular season means nothing. And this team made monster mistakes. Right. Playing Bergeron is going to cost this team the cup. That's what that's the media angle. And then it comes out as to why he played. And it's like, well, he still shouldn't have played. What do you mean? He still shouldn't have played. Like, this is why, as you're on the outside where we are in the sports betting world, and we're looking at the media and the way that the media covers sports, it's been the biggest revelation in the most palate cleansing moment for me to look at the inside of the sports media world and realize what they really are about and why do teams hate them, because they look for and search for the negative. And then they'll highlight it and exploit it because they know people will talk about it if they highlight it.
Yeah.
And it's a borderline sickness. And I'm not saying everyone's supposed to be a pom-pom waving fan. Be critical when there's times to be critical. But we take it because the loudest person in the room oftentimes gets the most attention. And that's what the media wants, is attention, that they end up having these huge conversations about things that don't impact the game.
Try to be someone who spent a life of gambling and watched the gambling content space.
Well, that's a whole different story. Yeah, that's
there's people out there putting out picks and doing stuff, and they don't have a clue what they're talking about. That's okay. They don't know how to do it. That's okay. Now we have guys on the inside, supposedly. They're not really on the inside because they're not working in places that actually take any bets, but they're doing content, and they have official betting partnerships with people.
And they take the players' bets.
And they take the players' bets. And they advertise it. It's amazing to me what's going on in the world.
It really is.
I digress. Right. Go back to the hockey. Let's try to focus on the games.
Right. Islanders are down 0-2.
Yep.
Back against the wall. By the way, can we just applaud that the NHL plays Monday, Wednesday, Friday? We just applaud this, how beautiful this is, that we actually have like a legitimate schedule.
A legitimate schedule, and we know when the games are.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, it's not like, when do they play? Oh, they play in 5 days or 4 days or 3 days or tomorrow. When do they play? Like, there's none of that going on with the NHL. Like, we know when they're playing. Right. Game 3 tonight in New York.
We're going to do, we usually do it around 11:30. It's 11:37. Let's do some roll call.
All right, do this game and then let's
do this game and then we'll do roll call. Okay, guys, stay tuned. And if you're in the chat again and you haven't done it, put your area code where you're listening from, or watching from, so we can see it, and then I can make sure I get everybody early and late. This is the game the Islanders are going to win. I think the game's going to go under. How about that?
I think the Islanders win the game too tonight. I think
if they win a game, this is it.
You're right. And the number says it.
Right.
To -120. I think it's a 4-1. It's 4-1, but I do think that there is a win tonight for the Islanders.
The chicken guy just texted.
Yeah. Okay.
The chicken guy. How about that?
Go ahead. Roll call Friday.
Oh my God. All right. Let's see here. So I go back to the beginning when everybody did the original roll call. The original area code, so I could see them, and then I'll get to the late ones. So we got Sonic in the 602, Otto in the 412, J Dow Betts 410, Butta Hall 517, Kyle Meyer 541, Whitrock representing the 319. Where's that, Perrault?
319. I know that. Hold on. 319 area code is Iowa. Okay, I knew that.
Damn.
Heard it before.
Shade 724. Guess what area code he's in? 724. I like what you did, Shade. Put it right in the damn username. That's Pittsburgh, by the way. The other Pittsburgh one. 412 is the other one. Jack Ansley, JS, which in parentheses, CBW, and the 315. Sports Avenger, another Pittsburgh guy in the 724. Matthew Smith, 410. Jordan, 1-star Gorov in the 702. The Knights got a win. Gorov's happy. Bonvy, 519. Volfandan, 865. Tennessee. JPC 4th in the 313. Brommelkamp, another 319 guy. Pierre Chevalier up in Canada, 613. Rainmaker Lou, 412. Rainmaker 512. He's in the 412. Rainmaker Lou, doing outstanding work for us and with us. Santana 928. Landon Sumney 661. Welcome, sir. Haven't seen you. We have a couple other Landons. Haven't seen this Landon. Social Giant 319. Iowa represented strong today. We're not Iowa everywhere, but we're everywhere in Iowa. How about that, Rommel Camp?
When do we start taking a cut for giving them their name?
Cap Mako. Oh, we'll get them. Don't worry. They know. They won't know. They don't know. They will know.
We should have charged. We should have given them a royalty. We said, hey,
we should cut a clip and send it to them.
You're welcome.
Let them know. Hey, we're everywhere too. Cap Mako 484. AP 412. Addison 812. Where the hell's 812? I ain't never seen that one before.
812.
Doc WW. You know who that is? The doctor.
Oh, what's going on?
310 LA.
812 is Southern Indiana.
Southern Indiana. We're coming there to do a show. Addison.
We are.
We're going to talk to you and get some arrangements. We're going to Southern Indiana. Yeah, we're going to Indiana. We got people we got to see in Indiana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You
Fly
know
Chicago?
Who's in Indiana.
We driving to Gary? Where are we going?
I ain't saying, but I'm just saying be somebody going to be in Indiana this summer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chef Benny is in 401. Thought he was in Boston. He's in
Providence.
Providence.
Yes, you knew that.
Just kidding.
Okay.
He's my man. Chef B. Linus Cribbage, 905. Jay Park. Alex the Lion at 754. Konowinski, 250. B2 Bar Downs in 719, Colorado Springs. You ever been?
British Columbia. That's it.
You ever
Never
been?
heard of 250
Colorado
before.
Springs? You ever been?
No. Denver, but not Colorado Springs.
Neither have I. Chris D in the 702, Summerlin. Mikey Awesome, 705, ODU. You know what to do. Tyler Paulus, 717. Oh, my gosh. Now we get to the bottom of these. I mean, this is crazy. This chat is flowing today, boys and girls. Austin Macaque, 219. Another Iowa person, James Berger in the 563. That's Davenport, Iowa. Perrault, you ever been there?
Yes.
You like it?
It was okay.
Davenport, not bad?
Not bad. No,
All
not bad.
Floodhouse 203. PB's in Venice, Florida. PB don't put the area code because you don't want nobody to know where him and Mrs. PB are or what they're doing. But he posts pictures on the Twitter. Trent Junk is in B-Town. Who is this? Expat Mark. The 301 in Medellin, South America?
What? Okay. Medellin? Hold on.
Medellin? Yeah.
Medellin?
That's
Mexico. Medellin's in Mexico.
No. Medellin, South America, down in Colombia.
Oh, yeah. Medellin. Oh, that Medellin. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, that Medellin. Okay, that's Pablo Escobar's hometown.
That's as far away as anybody. We got one guy or two guys in Australia, but they didn't check in yet.
Right. That's cool.
Adrian Santiago's in the 508. Tom Keys is in the 484. DJ Hooks is in the 609 Atlantic City. And he has put his services out for us. If we ever do a get-together, he is going to DJ it for us.
Oh, okay.
A BVB get-together. My man can, spin the turntables and do a little stuff. God forbid we start getting a little heavy D or something in there, and I got to get up and start dancing or rapping. It's all over if that happens.
It is all over. That's very good. That's true.
Keith Burst, 309. Trent Junk, 317. Ann, 206 up in Seattle. Hi, Ann. How are you? Good to see you. I'm just saying, it's good to have you. Jack Ansley, 610. Shade 724 is in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. This is crazy. That's it. That's all I
Okay.
got right now.
We'll
If
do
you
more.
come in, again, please hit the like button. The assignment for the brigade today, really every day, but specifically today, you have 3 days to do it. So
Mhm.
whenever you find the show, listen to the show or whatever, go on the YouTube channel, take 5 seconds, leave a comment, pick a winner for a game on Sunday, pick a winner for a game on Saturday, or just say hello. Because on Sunday afternoon, I'm going to use this as an excuse. I'm going to go answer any questions or comments that you may have
Where?
on there, on the YouTube channel. If
Oh.
you leave it on the show,
Okay.
we're going to have it.
So ask the BVB on YouTube now. I like it.
Just a comment, anything.
Okay. I like
you know,
it.
Sunday
it.
afternoon, I'm going to take some time and answer those. I want to see what that does to the algorithm because I had a guy tell me that'll help.
Yeah.
Go.
All right. So we'll do more wager. We'll do more coming up here. A couple of quick hockey games, and then we'll get to the wager bar market report here in a second. So if it is going to be Gustafson, while Dallas is a pick, who wins game 3?
I still like Dallas
I like Minnesota.
to win game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they win game 3. I think game.
Do we
think
get the under game that we've been talking about or no?
Yes. This is an under game.
God, I don't know.
Oh, I don't either. That's why I'm not betting it.
All right. This is crazy.
To me, this is one of those things where I'm going to watch this. Okay. So a first period under comes in under 1.5. I'll bet it in game 4. And if the game goes under, I'll bet it in game 4. But this is a watch for me. I got to see if the Wild are going to play the way they played in Dallas, which is very anti how they played normally in big games in the regular season. So Dallas on the road had been an under team. Dallas at home had been a road over team. Been a home over road under team this year.
Is this one of those first period goes under, bet the second period over situations?
That's what the Minnesota's
the
been.
game?
The Wild have been among the top teams in the whole league doing that.
Right.
First period under, second period over, either pre-flop or in game. Got to be careful because some of the books jack it to 2.5. If it's 0-0, they jack it to 2.5.
With major juice. Major juice. They should just leave it 2 and keep it fair, but they'd rather not move the damn number. But that's okay. That's okay. Did I mention Perrault? I don't think I said Johnny P.
You did not.
He's watching the show before he goes to work. He'll be doing the in-game tonight for the NBA.
Give me a couple of good Celtics
Johnny
numbers,
P.
Johnny P.
He won't do it. He likes the Celtics too much, too. He won't do it.
Give me a couple of good.
No freebies tonight for you, Perrault.
Oilers, number 1 team on the road this year to the over, but the under is juiced against the Kings.
Right?
That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Doesn't to me.
Well, what do you mean? What did game 2 do?
Game 2 was 4-2.
Went under.
Okay, but by the skin of their teeth.
So went under.
Yeah.
That's you have to start it at the same number. It went under.
What did game 1 do?
Went over. With it was under 3-2 with 16 seconds left.
Then it went over.
Right. So the number's the same.
Okay.
One over, one under.
I think the number should be the same. I'm surprised that the juice is where the juice is. Oh my! By the way, the comments on YouTube are flying right now.
Oh, for real?
I get them on my computer, so I get an update. It tells me whenever somebody updates it. Whenever I have our Ask the BVB channel up on my computer, I see all of the comments that come through. So it's open right now, and I'm watching the comments pop on my
So
screen.
the boys and girls are doing the job?
Yeah, they're doing the job. They're doing a good job on this.
I can't wait. I'm going to get, again, we're trying our best to secure a sponsor. We're dumping our own life, blood, everything into this thing as much as we can. We're going to get the hats, boys. Like, stay patient.
Ooh, that's coming.
We're going to get the hats. I got a couple more guys that I got some information for that have qualified for just being a part of the show.
Nice.
You're going to get a hat.
Nice.
And you're going to get it done very soon. Maybe this weekend, depending on what's happening here. We've had a couple curveballs, but we're taking those things into right field and trying to get them in a gap. So I did not forget that you're going to get hats. Thank you.
Okay.
I like the game under.
I like the game over. We'll see what happens. Me versus you on that, as the name of the show goes. All right, time for the WagerWire market report. Just for you guys, here's like that logo or this logo. We don't have the ability to make it bigger. So just one of the quirks of us doing the show on our own. We can't put a big logo on the screen like we want to put a big logo on the screen. We will do that in the future if we ever do this again. We got to redo the whole overlay in order to make it happen. So it's a very big project.
Bear with us, Doctor. Bear
Yes.
with us, Travis. And thank you guys for watching the show. And thank you for answering all of the things in the Discord.
So that's what I'm going to start with.
The tickets.
Yeah.
So tell them what to do.
So when Farra's back next week, we can put the tickets up on the screen. We can't put tickets up on the screen today because Farra's on vacation. And
if we try it, we might crash the whole thing.
Correct.
And everything is going splendidly again. We're not doing that.
Yeah. So you go to bvbshow.com, go to the WagerWire ticket channel, and post a ticket. The WagerWire guys are actually in that Discord channel answering questions like in real time. So if you have a ticket that you have a question on as to what you should do with it, a future, as we're heading towards the end of the playoffs for both the NHL and the NBA, a lot of you are going to have tickets that you're going to go, okay, what do I do here? Do I hedge? Do I double down? What's the play?
Time. Yep. We have to tell them that they like this so much at WagerWire. They assigned somebody to be in there.
Yes.
That when you go in and actually post a ticket, you get almost an immediate response. There is someone assigned to the Brigade member Discord to respond to these questions. That's how serious WagerWire is taking this. So boys and girls, including JC from KC, who's not in KC, he's in Cleveland, who's here, winning Las Vegas, who she loves the show, enjoys, and wants to meet up with us, which we will at some point.
Yes.
Post your tickets in the Discord, right?
Absolutely. Because if you do, and coming up next week, we will select one of you to win a very special, it's going to be exclusive, WagerWire BVB hat that we're going to design. You guys will pick the colors, have a WagerWire logo, BVB logo, much like, this hat. Okay. Much like that. But it'll have a WagerWire.
I got one too.
Have a WagerWire logo on the side. You guys will have that. So that
they're trying to get creative with a bunch of different things and they got their own overlay. I was like, boys, settle down.
I knew
got to make
like
sure
that.
the hat looks right. Get a little
like,
too
Dave's
busy, a
like
little
that.
too crazy.
Yeah. So it's just going to be this, and then we'll have a WagerWire logo on top of it. So go and post your tickets. The first person to have their name called will happen next week on the show next Friday. We will make the announcement as to who's going to win for the month of April, who wins the WagerWire BVB hat giveaway for posting a ticket in the Discord channel. But in case we want you guys to be able to use WagerWire's technology and also get questions answered, just go ahead, bvbshow.com, join the Discord channel, and then come on over and be in the WagerWire ticket channel, post your tickets, and you'll be eligible just for posting in there. You're eligible to be selected to win a very exclusive, soon to be collector's item, BVB and WagerWire hat. Now, couple things with our friends at WagerWire. This will be a little bit of a different of a market report because we just saw the guys here and you sat with them and I sat with them. They're going to be
separately, by the way, which was probably better because I don't know who would have stopped talking had we all been together. So it was a good thing that we met separately.
Right.
But when we all get together next time, it's going to be together.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. I mean, we just had different schedules to link up. I was teaching and you were on Sports Grid, so it was a little bit of a different time to do it. But they're going to be in the very soon. Can't say how long, but the app's going to be live soon for them.
Please.
And so when the app goes, you're going to want to download it and check it out. But right now, you can just go to wagerwire.com and you can use their calculator. You can check a little what they're doing. They do a lot of stuff on their social at WagerWire, which is pretty cool, which I was learning a lot of things about what they've got for plans. What I love is how much they love the Brigade. They love you guys. And I think that's a really cool thing because you don't always get that same buy-in from sponsors.
Correct.
They come in, they're just like, well, we're just going to put our logo or our name and they don't want the same interaction or they don't want to be known the same way. These guys want to be in with they're members of the Brigade. So like what they said to me was, we're Brigade members. So, and this is exactly what we love from a sponsorship because it's a partnership more than a sponsorship. So I think we got some big things coming down the pike with Wager Wire, and I'm really psyched to see where it goes.
And I mean, let's be honest. Me and you are pretty protective of the audience that we have as well.
Yeah.
Like, we're not giving you guys bullshit. Did it again.
Okay.
Bull crap.
Oh.
11:53 for the log.
It's all right.
That's 2 strikes. I'm hitting with an 0-2 count.
That's actually 3 strikes, but okay.
I snuck one in. I got caught
at the 13-minute mark. You dropped the S word at the 13-minute mark. You dropped the F word at the 15-minute mark, and now you just dropped the S word at the 105.
All right, I'll walk back to the dugout.
By the way, I can't do that too. Though, just say, well, I'm actually able to track this as well, so I can do it.
Okay, you did. You dropped a couple yesterday. You did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
I wrote it down.
I know.
We caught it.
Very good. Okay, we caught it. Good.
Yep.
Anyhow, we will not allow you guys to really. We value you guys and girls, like we would family, to be perfectly honest. And we will not. We're pretty selective with who we're working with, and that's part of the problem, but also a good problem. Because we're not just going to just say, here, you guys, you should do this.
Right.
We had a sponsor and we said, buy the meat. You guys did. We're going to have other sponsors that
They're
are
coming
gonna
back.
say, yeah, we're going to have some special there for that. We're talking to them. So hopefully again, and I mean, I just looked down and got a tremendous, like DGen 4TW just looked down and said, I don't know if we say it enough, and I'll say it for all of the brigade, but thank you both for everything you do. My favorite 2 hours of the day.
That's
very
very
you ask us why we're doing the show.
That's why we're doing the show.
That's why we're doing the show. And that's why we're working with WagerWire because
Yep.
they see that too and believe it. So
They're as
back to the
excited.
market report.
Yeah, no, but they're as excited as any brigade member for where we're going. Like what I love is that when someone understands. Not everybody does. We've sat with a lot of people who don't understand, and they say a lot of things to us and say a lot of things to our face, and we just go, "Oh, okay," like interesting opinion, but all right, that's fine. You can have that opinion. It's wrong, but you can have that opinion if you would like to have that opinion about us. But
listing classes for that.
It's just not who we are or what we do, and the word value is a very interesting term.
Very interesting.
How you determine value is,
in life, very interesting. Yes.
And so we value WagerWire and they very much value the brigade. They love the Discord channel and they're really psyched to see what's going to happen in the future. So with all that being said, just the market real quick here. Let's talk about the NBA championship market because I'm curious, what's your take right now with this flip-flopping back and forth between the Bucks and the Celtics? Because Giannis got hurt.
Yep.
And the Celtics went to the favorite. The Bucks kill the Heat without Giannis. And they go to $1 favorite more than the Celtics are. Like a bigger favorite than they were before with Giannis. Why?
No, this is pretty simple. So this is great because I did this for 3 years here in Vegas, specifically NBA futures.
Okay.
Move the number, took the bets, jumped it back and forth between the Lakers and the Clippers. The Lakers and the Clippers when they were competing to actually win the title. That's what everybody was saying. And that's what they were betting. One day the Lakers would be minus 300. The Clippers would be minus 380 or plus 380. Then it would be the Clippers would win, and I would flip it back to the same number. Or I would make the Clippers favored and go get the Laker money. Flip-flop the prices. And they were like, Dave, what are you doing? I said, only one of them can win. I want to get the number to the point where they're betting the other team. Because ideally, they're going to play each other. And every one of them that I grade when the other team loses goes in our pocket. So now the Bucks go to the favorite because look at the Bucks' path. The Sixers are 3-2 3-0 against the Nets. Now, I
Right.
know you don't think the Sixers are going to be much of a threat, but people might think the Sixers are a threat.
You see what happened to the big boy last night? He's got some trouble, man. He can't walk. He can't run. He's got knees. He's got ankles. I'm not sure he makes it through the Celtics series, to be quite honest.
He's playing possum.
Oh, he's playing possum.
He's just,
Sure.
yeah.
You know, they were losing when he was having that problem last night, right? Like he was, they were
Yeah, then
down.
they start throwing everybody out, and Harden kick someone in the junk or something and
hit him in the junk, but yeah.
hit him in the junk. I don't know. Whatever.
Claxton dunks on Embiid, gets teed and tossed.
You have to flip. What are you going to do? Leave the prices the same and not take any bets?
No, I'm surprised that it's 250, 350, and like taking the Celtics right now at 3-1, and then waiting for the next flip, and then taking the Bucks at 3-1. You're guaranteeing yourself profit if one of the two teams wins the championship.
Just gets to the finals.
Right, they bet the other side.
Just get to the finals at plus 350. You did it last year when we talked about it in January, and you had Warriors and you had Celtics to win the championship tickets. It's a lot of fun to watch the games, even when it's your own team and it tugs at your heartstrings, but you got plus money on both sides.
Yep.
We did it with the exactas for the Super Bowl. Would have been better, again, had the Bengals been in it, but that's okay. It's still profitable and fun. That's what this Wager Wire Market Report is talking about. With this, you can do things with those tickets, buying the tickets now. And we talked about it with the doctor and with Travis about ways that in the future people are going to do this and use a company like WagerWire to maximize the profit, sell the tickets, keep the tickets, sell a percentage of the ticket. There's going to be all kind of things.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I like it. We'll watch it and we'll follow along as we go here. But I think probably taking the Celtics at plus 350 right now wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and jump in on that.
More
okay.
Boston propaganda.
It is, but it's truth. It may be propaganda, but you know, it's still truth.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait until they dispose of the Hawks and the Sixers sweep the Nets, hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
And we get to talk about all of the history between the Celtics.
You don't want to talk about that history. It's not good for you.
No.
History is bad for you.
Talk about it all.
History is bad
talk
for
about
you.
it all.
All
Because
right.
they can rewrite the history. Take them out.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
Sure.
what that price is going to be? It's going to be ridiculous.
160, 170. Boston
Might
win the
be
series.
more. It's going to be more. The Celtics can't lose that.
They could. Of course they can.
No, they cannot.
Anyone can lose it. They could, but I don't think they're going to. But I mean, they could. So last night, how would you do this? Because all day long, it was 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Suns -3, Suns -3. Everyone's betting Suns -3, Suns -3. About an hour and a half prior to tip, Kawhi Leonard, not playing. He's out. Number shoots to 8.5, comes back down to 7.5, where it closes. So technically, the Suns were the first team since May of last year to win a playoff game, but not cover. But they covered 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. They didn't cover 5. They didn't cover 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5. Didn't cover those numbers. So it mattered when you bet it. So some people are 19-0 on this.
True.
Others are 18-1.
True.
How do you score it? Is it 18-1 or 19-0?
I don't care either way.
I care. It matters.
I just know. Well, no. Okay. So, I mean,
I would call it 19-0 because of the way that the game was bet.
with the information that you had at the time, the Suns covered the number. The number was 3.5. That's what I would use
by
as the
5.
number.
Yeah, I would agree.
So they covered it. The point spreads are stupid.
well,
My 9-year-old said it. She's right.
Well, they are stupid when it comes to what happened at the end of the game last night. I was on -5, so I got a push in the Philadelphia game. Everyone else got 4.5 and they won. How does that happen? I mean,
You know how it happens. There's no chance that can happen. And then they throw it away, inbounding the ball, and it happens. He's supposed to dribble the ball out or get fouled
Right.
and kill the clock.
And
Instead,
Embiid was mad.
did you see Embiid?
He was
wanted
mad.
to choke him out.
He was mad. What are
He
you
was
doing?
like,
Yep. Dribble the game out. You win. We're away. Instead, you go ahead and lay it in up by 5. Give him the ball back with a chance to go and hit a shot. Missed that
leave
3
that
as well.
much time on the clock. It was still 5.5 seconds. That's way too much. Bad stuff can happen. Just let it go. Take the ball and sit there. As soon as they come at you, throw it away. Just throw it into the
Throw up in the
crowd.
air. Right. Throw up in the air. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Can't get it. So yeah, point spreads are. I mean, it's betting the NBA is hard, but it's not hard right now. Just bet the favorite.
Well,
Cover.
yes. Don't worry about the point spread right now.
Right.
Don't either bet the dog to win outright or bet the favorite, lay the points. Don't worry about it.
Wow, Jay Park, who's also in the 412 and in the chat every day, really enjoys the show. I can't wait to meet Jay Park in person at some point when we come back and do a live show in the 412 area. He just came in the chat and said Nemhart to Gonzaga.
Yes. That was about 3 hours ago. Mm-hmm. His brother played there. It's not a shock at all.
Is anyone coming back to Creighton?
Yeah. Baylor Shireman's coming back. They're testing the waters with Kalkbrenner, but he's not going to go to the NBA, I don't believe. I think he'll stay. Trey Alexander's staying. They just picked up the starting point guard from Utah State who averaged 16 points a game. And they got a 4-star kid who played from Western Nebraska who was at Virginia last year, who's got 4 years left of eligibility to come in and play. Yeah, Creighton's going to be good next year. They're going to be really good next year. They definitely, it's going to hurt to lose Nemhart. It hurts to lose Coloma, but they'll be right there. They'll be very good next year.
Okay. That was the Creighton basketball portion of the show. Thank
You
you
asked.
very much. I know. This is what you used to do every day. You'd have had to do a whole show for 3 hours talking about that today. At least you only had to do 30 seconds.
True.
That was
But I could spend 3 hours talking about it though. So
you could spend 3 hours talking about anything.
that is very true. That's very, very
You've done
true.
it for years. You used to talk to yourself on a microphone, and there were people out there listening for 3 hours at a time.
Yeah, with callers sometimes. Warriors got back into their series. Who wins game 4 tomorrow?
Zach the Hat's got to go to a meeting. Zach,
Bye, Zach.
thanks for coming. Thanks for being here.
Am I wrong to say winner of game 4 wins the series?
Okay, that's 2 different questions.
Why? Winner of game 4 wins the series.
Does that necessarily have to be true?
No.
I don't think that that's the case.
Okay.
But did the Warriors winning the way they did yesterday just make this a formality that they're winning game 4?
Yes.
Okay.
They are complete Jekyll and Hyde. They'll need to. I think we're going to have a game 7. And the Warriors are going to have to prove they can win a game on the road.
What a storyline. Okay. So,
2-2, game 5 to the Kings.
Sacramento is a 7.5 point dog. This is the Draymond line now.
Yep.
He's in, right?
Yep.
So the line that they hooked out there before
For game 3, right?
that everybody got the great CLV in 7.5 and 7 and closed 6 got pummeled last
I got
night.
5.5.
Oh, you were late to the party. This is a formality that the Golden State wins game 4.
Yes, in my mind. Yeah. They're winning game 4. They're covering. They're winning and they're covering.
Winning and covering.
Mm-hmm.
So do they win the series? I mean, they closed minus 290, 270, somewhere in that neighborhood to win a series before it started.
But
Golden State
it's game
did.
7. But it's
Now,
good.
listen, it's minus 110 or minus 115, depending on where you shop today.
Right. Okay. It's a
Okay.
good bet.
If you think they're going to win game 4,
Mm-hmm.
you can't bet them to win this series at minus 115 right now. And then you can take whatever nice plus price you want on Sacramento to win the series
After game 4.
after game 4 and have home court advantage A lot of options. I think Golden State's winning game 4 too. But we said this before the series. They're going to have to win a road game. Is it going to be game 5 or game 7? Because they can't win a series without winning a game up in that cow town that everybody likes to call a cow town with the cowbells and all that other stuff. This is entertaining, though.
Oh, it's awesome.
Steph was great.
Steph, KNBR in San Francisco put out a video this morning, which was gold. It was a video of all the reactions of Sacramento Kings fans to Steph Curry's deep threes from last night. So it's like, the deflation of all the Kings fans watching Steph bury a logo 3, and what that did to them was like whoever put like, hey, find a King fan, focus on them on your camera, and then put it together throughout the entire game. It's on KNBR's Twitter account. It's absolutely phenomenal. Like it's at radio social media gold for Sacramento. Yeah, it's really good. But there'll be more of that coming up in game 4.
Nice.
Here's a funny reverse storyline. The Boston Celtics with Scott Foster as the referee have a really good record, unlike Chris Paul. So there's Hawk fans who are throwing their hands up.
Scott Foster's a Celtics guy?
He's a Celtics guy. And he's working game 3.
I wish I could swear right now. I swear. That makes, really?
Yeah.
They have a
very
you know what I want to say right now?
They have a very good record with Scott Foster.
How did we name? We had guidance from above naming this show Bostonian versus the book. It literally was a 5-second conversation between you and I. I'll never forget it. When we make the movie about the show, it's going to be fantastic. How did you guys name the show? Well, he called me. We were talking.
It's a phone call.
It was great. Well, why that? Well, because this.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Done.
Yeah.
Tell him. Tell that other guy. Yeah, the Celtics are a good bet, aren't they?
Yes, I've made it. Yes.
I mean, they were 10, 12. They covered. They playing a game, and it's half.
Malcolm
It's like
Brogdon.
when the wife gets half in those situations.
Right.
It's usually a good deal for her. Sometimes it's a good deal for the guy.
Sometimes.
This is a good deal. Celtics, no?
Yes.
I mean,
I got 5 last night. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How about the Knicks tonight? Why is the number going down?
Why not?
Knicks were 2-0 last year against the Cavaliers. MSG is going to go bonkers tonight. Actually, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Cavaliers are in deep trouble tonight.
Cavaliers are in deep trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You don't think atmosphere matters? I do. I think it matters.
I don't know. Numbers painted 1.5.
Yep.
211.5.
It was 2 last night.
The numbers have
It's funny. I'm on the other way. I think the Celtics game goes under and this game goes over. I'm on the opposite of everybody else.
You think this goes over?
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on, I just got a text.
Boston, New York was
24.
24-17 to the over at home this year. Cleveland was 21-20 to the over on the road.
Ooh. But we're in the playoffs now, so I don't know about
runouts
I want to worry about all that.
Fouls in free throws.
I think I like Cleveland a little bit.
Okay.
Not enough to even think about betting it or watching it like without betting it in game.
No, I want to watch it.
That's the only way I'll watch it.
Bunch of really good games tonight. Tonight's a good TV night.
Tonight's a good TV night. Yeah. We may have gotten to a number where at least you could entertain the over. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's going to be first team to 100 wins tonight. Same line that I've been using for the whole series. It's 103, 100.
Okay.
Something like that. Under.
Finally, Denver is 2-point favorites on the road at Minnesota. T-Wolves are winning this game. That's what that tells me.
That's what that tells you, right? That's a T-Wolves number.
T-Wolves are winning this game, right? They're winning game 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
I
what
was
the
like,
number
I
tells
was
you.
like,
But
I was
again,
like, oh,
I'm not buying it, but we'll have to see. They let them back in this game in game 2.
mm-hmm.
And then Minnesota in the fourth quarter. Late.
Yes, they
Okay.
did. Yes.
We've heard that expression
Yes.
for teams.
Yep.
And again, it feels like I'm always picking on Minnesota. I really enjoy the Midwest. I've never been to Minnesota, but you guys just get it to they get you close, but they never finish. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. I saw your face. They get you close, but they don't finish. Not talking about what you're thinking.
So
Annals of history. Not talking about any of that.
Okay. Two quick ones.
Saying that it's game's going over or under. Look at that total,
Over.
Minnesota. 222.
Yeah, over.
How can it be so obvious?
I don't know, playoff basketball, but I think it goes over. Two quick ones before we let go of Sports Grid here for the week.
Yep.
In Vegas,
Phoenix,
tomorrow night.
by the way, Saturday night just moved to 6 all across the world right at the same time. We didn't even talk about that game. Steam move on the Suns. Guess what? Kawhi's not playing again.
Yeah. He must be really hurt. Wow. That's not
Really?
good.
He
Yikes.
looked really hurt in game 2 when he scored
right?
100 points.
Right. So Tank Davis against Ryan Garcia is here in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena on Saturday night.
Yes.
This is a fight that has it's tough. This is a boxing fan's fight, but I don't think the public cares.
No.
I think there's a really lack of buzz. I don't think the pay-per-view numbers are going to be high.
Nope.
I can't wait to watch it. I think the dog is 100% live in this. People that I've been talking to here in Las Vegas, Tank's camp has not gone well. There's some concern about whether or not he's going to be able to handle the size of Garcia, who is significantly bigger, longer, has a longer reach. And we've got Tank Davis is not active in the early rounds. I mean, it's kind of crazy. He only averages like 13 jabs per round. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't throw all that much. He throws a lot of power punches, a lot of power shots, but he's a very slow starter. And Garcia might be able to get him and clip him early. This thing, I lean towards the over 7.5 rounds, but I think the dog is 100% live. I think Garcia by knockout is 100% live. Does this number mean anything to you? Because normally in these big fights, a guy like Tank Davis would have a larger number.
Well, the numbers come down, but it doesn't always. The natural inclination, especially a fight that's in Vegas, is that leading up to it, you get dog money. And then the people show up on Saturday in the books with bags of money to bet the favorite. Hasn't happened yet. We'll keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, you can reach out to us on socials. He's at Sports Talk Matt. I'm at Sports Beat Cake and Sig. The show's at Boston versus the Book on the Twitter. You guys tag us on tweets and stuff. We try to answer, get into Discord. Where's the Discord again, Perrault?
BVBshow.com.
I'm sure there'll be discussion about this fight in there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at the number going, I think it's going over, knowing nothing about either fight's camp. Right. You got a little more insight into it than I did. You talked to some people that were both close to the camp or within the camp and all different things, which is great. You know, you get good information, but it doesn't always mean it's a guarantee.
Yeah, if Tank wins this fight, Tank will knock him out late. Tank takes the first 3 or 4 rounds off.
Tank is Gervonta Davis, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
He takes the first he takes like 4 rounds to get going. And then he starts to wear on his opponents, and then he'll clip you and knock you out late. Ryan Garcia is also a slow starter and may be wary of the power and maybe wary of the right hand. I think the best bet in the fight is over 7.5 rounds. That's the best bet. You want to ride a dog? I'm going to throw a Hail Mary on Garcia by knockout. Like I think that's potentially live, but I think the over 7.5 rounds is the
scheduled
best
for 12 rounds, right?
Yes.
So for people new to the show and new to boxing betting, 7.5 rounds is the total. That means 7.5. For those of you doing content When you say
Be
0.5,
nice. Don't be mean.
I'm just saying you got to say a half. That means a half. I didn't say anything.
Means into the 8th round.
That means
halfway
halfway in
to the 8th
to the
round.
8th round. So you
Not the
have to
7th
get
round.
a minute and a half through the 8th if you bet
Yes.
over. And if the fight ends 1 minute into the 8th round, that's under 7.5.
Yes.
Just so you know, that's I've had to explain that rule
Yes.
for 25 years
Mhm.
to somebody every single time they bet it. And
It's more
think they won
complicated
when
in
they lost.
boxing too, because I guess in MMA fights it's 5 rounds, so it's a little more simple. 4.5
Yeah, but
rounds.
they put 2.5 on
Right.
the UFC fights. That ain't no easier. It's just more
See?
confusing. But
It's
that
halfway in.
0.5 and a half, that's confusing to some people too.
Yes.
Some people. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Not everybody, but some.
It is.
I think I'm going to watch this fight. You got to remind me Saturday night. We got
Okay.
a lot of things going on, but this will be. We were going to go, and
I have a
got
very
rejected for that, but that's okay. We'll get there at some point. We'll get to boxing.
Oh no, I think we wouldn't have rejected this. Didn't really respond to us. I mean, there's a lot of boxing media here. We don't cover boxing all that often, so it's like it's one of those things where if they're doing different events with us, then they would give us credentials to it. But the interesting thing about Ryan Garcia is that I have interviewed Ryan Garcia 3 different times.
Mm-hmm.
This is a kid who they knew because of his looks. They knew he was going to have a large social media following, and so they built him up very quickly. He's very well spoken. He's very intelligent. He's got a lot of very interesting things to say. But this is the fight everyone has wanted to see for a long time. This is a real challenge for Ryan Garcia. But he also is very hungry, and he sees a Tank Davis that, I mean, he's called Tank for a reason. He's short and stocky. Garcia is going to have a monster reach advantage, height advantage, how he uses that. And the one thing to watch in this fight, and this is from my former boxing coach who loved to point this out. He points it out on Twitter all the time, or on Instagram all the time. When Ryan Garcia throws his most powerful punch, it's a left hook. It's really fast and it's really strong. Watch where the right hand is. Okay. When he throws his left hook, he drops his right hand.
Oh, you can't drop the right hand, son.
It's fundamentally, they can't fix it.
No.
Every fight,
no.
they can't fix it. So the question's going to be is whether Tank Davis is able to, when the left hook is coming, can he get out of the way and come back over the top and clip Garcia?
Damn.
Because the right hand for Tank is the most dangerous weapon that he has, and maybe the most dangerous weapon in the fight is Tank Davis's right hand.
Yeah,
So
can't do that.
I'll be extremely interested to see. But the fight ending inside the distance, don't mind that bet. Over 7.5 rounds, don't mind that bet. It's worth a flyer on Garcia, but I'm not predicting that Garcia wins. I just think there's some value on Garcia, 3.5 to 1 via knockout to knock out Tank and really shock the world if it happens, because most people know who Tank Davis is in the boxing world. They don't know much about Ryan Garcia. For a long time, he was essentially the Jake Paul of the boxing world. Like, that's how people looked at him.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I every interview I had with him, the things we discussed were he had over 1 million followers on Instagram, but he hadn't fought anybody. He was undefeated, and everyone said, "You're not a real boxer. You're a fake boxer." And that's what they call him. They call him a fake Mexican. They call him a fake boxer. He thinks he fights the Mexican style. So I'm very curious to see. This is a coming out party for Ryan Garcia. If he wins, Kevin Iole just wrote this on Yahoo Sports, and I agree. If Garcia wins, he essentially becomes the face of boxing. I mean, he would be the most popular boxer in the world if he beats Tank Davis. This is the challenge. Everyone wants to know, are you actually substance, or are you just fluff and social media plays?
Oh.
So this is a huge, huge moment for that. And I mean, good fight Saturday night. Really fun. Don't think pay-per-view buys will be high, but I do think it's going to be a good fight. And then finally, before we let go of Sports Grid, we talked about this yesterday. And this is somewhat stunning because we talked about the $1 billion stadium that's going to be allegedly built, but the media conversation from the president of the A's yesterday, it's like, it's done. They're coming to Vegas.
Yep.
They're leaving Oakland.
Yep.
The details of this are a little bit interesting, and I think people in Vegas are going to be. This is a little inside school, but I think it's relevant to everybody.
This is a little sketchy. This is all a little sketchy.
When Allegiant Stadium was built here in Las Vegas, they asked for and received the largest number of dollars from the public ever to build a stadium. They got $750 million of public money to build Allegiant Stadium. Essentially, it was supposed to be half, but it ran $2 billion instead of $1.5 billion. It became a $2 billion project.
How about that? It always runs over. They never come in under the budget. Go ahead,
so
sir.
it went over, but the public is still only responsible for $750 million. The way that they financed that was through a room tax on the Strip. So when you look,
you like to say it, room
tax or room tax.
When you look
at your bill, there is an Allegiant Stadium little 1% on it. And you'll say,
you know what that is? Can't say it. It's B and an S.
Well, it is what it is. It's a lot
for the people that come.
So it's not us. It's people who stay on the Strip. Locals tend to not stay on the Strip. So it's all from tourism. So tourism dollars paying for the Allegiant Stadium, like when you have a Taylor Swift concert or you have a Super Bowl, that's okay because that's not us paying for it. The A's are asking for $500 million. 500 million, almost not 750, but 500. The reason why people in Vegas are holding their hands up and going, wait,
hold on.
The way that they're going to do this is they're going to tax what happens at the ballpark. Tickets, concessions, anything that you buy on the grounds, the 49 acres that they're going to be building for this, where the Wild Wild West Casino is, half a mile away from Allegiant, where they built.
Which, by the way, ain't the greatest hood in the world, if you know what I'm saying.
That's why they're doing it, though. I mean, one of our friends had a funny tweet about the women of the night who tend to partake in that part of town, who walk up and down that particular street at certain places of town. So, but then again, Allegiant Stadium was
town, baby.
But Allegiant was built across the street from a strip club. So to be fair, that's, it
was.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
Very large, famous strip club. So they want to tax us. If you go to the game, if you're a local and you go to the game, you're going to find higher prices on things to help pay for the stadium.
Sure. Yeah.
Which I don't think people in Las Vegas are going to be too keen on.
Not at all.
They're going to be frustrated when they go, wait a minute, why am I paying an excise tax, a sales tax? Why are my dogs more expensive? Why is my beer more expensive? Why are my parking more expensive? Why are the tickets more expensive to pay for your stadium that you're coming here when we didn't ask you to come here to begin with?
Nope.
You want us. We don't want you. No one came to you and asked. Lombardo, our governor up in Carson City, he's going to have to answer this question to people when they start realizing what this is, because who exactly are the A's negotiating against? Because where else are they going? Okay. Because they made a pretty big announcement. Come out and be like, our time in Oakland's done. We loved our history there. It's time for a new beginning. It's time to move on. Yeah. Okay. I'm down with it. You're going to pay $1 billion to build the stadium. Awesome. Red Rock's going to help you. Awesome. That's sure phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I love that. Mm-hmm. But you want $500 million help? No. No. I'm not in support of that. And I don't think many people, when they learn the real details of this, they have a month and a half to get the financing approved.
Otherwise, what happens?
They're stuck in Oakland.
Really?
But again, I don't think they would have made this without knowing they've got the votes. I don't think they would have done what they did yesterday with the announcements and the media blitz that they did. It felt very coordinated. Felt very much about like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to tell everybody.
And we'll see, but I'll believe it when it's done.
The stadium or the financing?
Both. There's no stadium without the financing.
I think they're still coming. Because Major League Baseball could float them alone. Like there's ways of paying for it without public funding. They can pay for that ballpark. They're just trying to fleece the public. They just want the cash grab here because nobody in Oakland is going to give them nearly as much money. Yeah. So I think there's got to be plan A, plan B, plan C to this, because I don't think people in the state will start to be warm and fuzzy about doing this again, because it was really controversial when the Allegiant Stadium deal came out. And now this ballpark, you're building another dome, a 30,000 seat dome, a half a mile from the 70,000 seat dome.
We keep building all this stuff, and everybody keeps complaining we ain't got no water. Like, what do we do? Like, can we fix the water problem first?
It's actually going to be fixed, actually, because of what's happening in Colorado.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, can we fix the traffic problem? Or
no, that's not going to be. That's F1. No? That's the F1. That's not going to get fixed in a long time.
Right.
Sports Grid, have a great weekend. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back coming up on Monday. For you guys who are live on YouTube and Twitter, don't move. It's time for BVB bonus time.
BVB bonus time.
Okay, a couple quick stories before we get to better to book it. Mookie Betts played shortstop last night for the Dodgers.
Damn right he did.
If you could play one position in a Major League Baseball game, what would it be?
Oh my God. I started playing baseball when I was 5 years old, and they put me at shortstop because I could catch the grounders and throw it across the diamond. I played shortstop all the way through until I got very serious pitching, and then I would play the corners, and then they let me play second base. So anywhere in the infield, sign me up for. But if I could pick one and my arm would hold up, give me the ball. I'm going to pitch. Wow. I can't wait to fire. If I got to play the field, I prefer to play the middles because I get a little nervous now. The last time I played softball, I played third base. I almost needed a new face because the balls were coming down so fast. I was like, listen, I don't know what's in those bats, but I'm playing in the grass. I ain't getting nowhere close to you people. So a little scary on the corners. Give me the middles. Let me throw pitch. I'd like to do a whole inning, but I don't know if my arm could take it. How about you?
Center field.
Outfielder.
I've had dreams of playing center field at Fenway Park my whole life. I would pitch too. I like pitching, so it would be one of the two, either be center field or to pitch. Well, one of the two. Pitcher's fun. I would love to pitch. I was like a Greg Maddux type of pitcher. I threw hard enough, but for whatever reason, I have real natural movement on the balls that I threw. Yeah. So I could move the ball around. So that was fun, but I wasn't the hardest of throwers, but I can run and I could jump and I could dive. And I would love, like, if I had a bucket list thing, I want to catch a fly ball at center field at Fenway Park. Just off a fungo bat, not even a game. Right. Just give me a chance with like a summer day fungo bat. Let me go catch a fly ball at Fenway would be like a life-altering thing.
I've been on a field of multiple major league ballparks. I've been on a field at a few minor league ballparks. I told you before, I said it when I stopped playing in the like semi-pro league at like 25, I think I was, right before I left for Curacao. I said, I'm going to go to one of those fantasy camps as a grown-up when I'm 50. You got to be 50 and over. I said it when I was 25 or 26. And now that I'm 52, I'm going to get my can we swear now?
Yep.
I'm going to get my ass into real shape, and I'm going to go down to the Pirate Fantasy Camp minimum. Ooh. And, we'll bring a video guy. We'll do the whole thing, hang out with the boys in the clubhouse, get the uniforms. I'm going to go do that. I don't think I could play the outfield, though. Like, you could still run after fly balls. That's for young kids.
Oh, I can do that. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be so fun. I would love it. I always loved the ball off the bat chase.
Right.
I've always loved it, tracking it, seeing it, positioning myself on what side, pull hitter, whether or not you're going to play shallow or play deep, hitting a cutoff man, throwing the ball. I mean, the greatest feeling for me maybe a greatest feeling, throwing somebody out from second base at a center field, there really is nothing like it.
It's the absolute best. That's what Kylie's primary is center field. And she dreams about somebody being on second base and getting a single and throwing them out at the plate. Like she dreams about a runner being on third and getting a fly ball out in right field and praying that the coach sends them. She wants to throw them out. She did it for the first time when she was 12.
Whoa.
And I almost passed out in the dugout. I was so excited. That is still one of the most electrifying plays when an outfielder throws a seed bullet to a fielder who just does a quick swipe tag. Yeah. Everybody running the dugout. Let's go hit. There's nothing better. I love that.
I caught for a long time, and that I love that anticipation of standing, straddling, can't do it anymore, but you'd block the plate and you go ahead.
Oh.
I love dropping the knee on people.
Oh.
It was so fun whenever someone's sliding, you go ahead and you got the shin guard on and you just drop the knee. Bang, right on their ankle. I loved it. It was so fun.
It is the absolute best. Mookie looked great playing shortstop.
He came up as a shortstop. Everybody forgets this.
Well, I know, but like when you don't do it for a while, then you got to do it.
He's such an athlete. I mean, everyone was going gaga. I was like, that's Mookie Betts. That didn't stun me at all. He came up as a shortstop. Like, it's okay. The coolest thing is, though, is he had his kid last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
So he delivered a new baby, goes ahead and goes out and plays shortstop for the first time.
A boy or a girl?
I don't know. I forget what the story said. But he welcomed a new member to his family and went ahead and played shortstop the very same day. And goes ahead and does an unbelievable double play, running to second base, jump throw. Pretty impressive.
Awesome. If you guys girls are still in the chat, put your position where you would play if you know if you still play. We got Winning Las Vegas said she played softball and basketball with the guys from work. She misses playing.
Yeah.
We got some people that want to be pitchers that were pitchers. Outfield assist. Everybody's kind of in agreement. It's the throw. Yeah. Throwing somebody out is the best.
It's that going level. As you got better and you got older, you could figure out how to go parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
Get all that momentum going forward, and you just lay yourself out. Yeah. And that ball just goes. You flatline it on one hop, bam, right to the catcher. Boom! And it's a bang bang. Ball into the mitt. Catcher gets nailed.
Yeah.
And the guys, you're out. And the umpire gets into it. It's that whole play. It's so fun.
Are you a punch out if you're an up, or are you a pullback?
When I umpired, I was a front fist guy.
If you got to play at third, you're umping the base. I'm a third base. Are you punching out, or are you
punching out? I'm punching out.
We used to have a guy that did 2 hops. He used to hop twice.
Woo!
It was like I was like, man,
crow hop.
Yeah, he just go hop, hop, punch out, and I was like, "Man, you're gonna hurt yourself." Like, don't get so excited.
Speaking of hurting yourself, Tennessee today passed a pretty interesting little law.
Smart.
This is smart.
This is smart.
This is
smart. Yes,
it is.
Yes.
This is you as a bookmaker are in favor of them taxing.
You know how they tax the revenue here in Nevada?
How?
You don't know?
I actually don't know. It's what you make. It's taxed on what you take, not what you take in for bets. You're gross.
Nevada switched it to handle.
When?
Do you know what the percentage is?
Do not.
0.25.
Okay. That makes sense. This is 1.85. It was 2%. Then they changed it halfway into the session this morning and said, okay, not 2, it's 1.85%. They did drop their 10% minimum hold, though. That law was dumb.
Laws were so bad in Tennessee before all this. At least somebody said with a brain, why is no operators want to come here?
Right.
Because we make them hold 10%. Hey, guys, no operators holding 10% without the promo money.
Right.
It's not really possible unless you're fleecing everybody. So what do? You tax them on the handle. I don't care if you win or lose. I'm getting paid the taxes.
Right. That's what pisses off the bookmaker.
Hell no. Because now I can do it the way I want to do it. I'm not forced to hold a certain percentage.
I know, but doesn't the price get changed? Doesn't that get passed on to the consumer?
No, not on the volume, on the volume tax, on the revenue tax. Yes, I got to make more because you're taxing me on that. So I'm not trying to lose, but if I win more, I have to win more because my margins are so slim to begin with, and you're taking money off of me when I win. Now, I just need to do handle. Now I can open up the menus, offer fair pricing, and take it all. This will help competition because now operators will go there, and they'll lower the prices, not increase them. Somebody will go in there and say, hey, guys, everybody's charging 114 or 115 for the straight bets here. Let's do 110 like we did for 100 years. Watch what happens. It will take time. They'll get more bets. They'll get more bigger bets. Their volume will go up. And the taxes will go up too because it's a volume thing. I love it.
Interesting. I thought you'd be on the other side of that. That's good to hear that. I thought you'd be against that. I saw some bookmakers this morning who were not very happy with this. Did not like.
No, they're not happy with anything. The books aren't happy with anything, and bookmakers, unless they get the best of it all the time. They don't need to get the best of it all the time. This is actually a better deal. They like it better than the 10%.
Oh, that's true. Yes, they love that being gone. Yes, that had to go away in Tennessee. That made no sense.
None.
To have that 10% hold. All right, time for better to book it here.
Bring it up.
Games I bet. Dave says bet it if he likes it, books it if he does not. Boston Celtics. I got 5 last night against the Hawks to go up 3-0 to keep the train rolling. Favorites to win and cover.
Bet it. There's no chance I'm taking the Hawks with your money, J Dow's money, Mikey Awesome's money, JC from KC's, Roginator, anyone else that I might have missed on Roll Call Friday. I don't want the Hawks. You can have them.
All right. Knicks laying 2 to the Cavs. You can get 1.5 now. I bet 2 last night.
I like the Cavs, so I would book this one.
Interesting.
Yep.
I think the Knicks tonight. Ride that crowd. Bing bong tonight. I like a big night out of Randall, big night out of that defense. Let Mitchell get his, take care of everybody else. Oilers over 6.5 against the Kings at even money. Oilers, the number 1 team on the road this year, to the over.
I booked this one too. I like this under.
I'm going to get it.
I think the Oilers keep playing. I mean, I keep waiting for this Oilers to go. They keep getting a lead and locking it down. I mean,
they scored 4 in the last game.
I know, but the Kings only scored 2.
Right.
I think the same. I would rather bet Oilers team total over than the game over. If you're going to do this,
I don't know, because the Kings could
playing
score.
such good defense.
Skinner on the road, man.
I don't like that noise.
Skinner on the road that scares me. I think he's giving up 3 tonight. I think we're going 3-3. I don't mind a tie bet. Have it go to overtime. The 3-way. Let's give you a shot. This guy a shot to be 3-3 to go to overtime.
This has a shot to go to overtime.
So 3-3.
That's plus 325 or plus 350. That has a shot.
And then it goes over.
Of course.
So I think 3-3 is possible.
2-2 is very possible too.
Yes, it is. But I don't.
You're making that noise again.
I can't see 2-2 final.
Vroom.
I can't say that. 3-2. This game 3-2. I cannot see Kings Oilers in LA be 3-2. Can't see it. Maybe it is.
Have we really done? We can see this on the StreamYard. We've been on for an hour and 52 minutes right now.
Correct. That's normal.
The show flies, guys. If you like the show,
normal.
Leave a comment. I know we usually do an hour 40 to an hour 50. I just looked up at this. I just noticed that clock right now.
It's Roll Call Friday. That's why. Oh, you just noticed it?
Just noticed the clock
That's
right
funny.
now.
Okay. And then finally, season
been there the whole time, or did you just pop that up?
It's been there the whole time, both days.
I'm paying attention to the chat.
Yes,
Sorry,
that's what you do. I do this. You do the chat. That's how it works.
Damn it.
Bruins Celtics parlay plus 144. Better than
your you got to do this for the ceremonial thing, right? I mean, how many more times are we going to get?
Not many.
What do you mean? They're both going to make a run to the championship.
They are, but they don't play on the same day, though. They're playing on the same day.
Oh, because of that NBA schedule, they don't play on the same day.
So there won't be many of these where Bruins and Celtics play.
Money line?
Yes.
Oh, Perrault. It ain't personal. And all you guys from Boston and all this other stuff.
I know you like Florida.
I do. I think I got to book this one.
That's okay. Like Florida. Yeah. That's fine.
I think Florida wins game 3 and then the Bruins win game 4.
Possible. I flipped it. I think the Bruins win game 3 and then game 4 gets won by Florida.
Right.
But I think I think the Bruins are going to play. I think they're trying to get Bergeron ready for game 5. That's what I think they're doing. Didn't skate today. I don't think he plays tonight. I don't think he plays in game 4. I think they want him to play in game 5.
It's so bizarre because I remember that game against Montreal, the last game of the season, and wondering why I was playing and thinking, what are they doing?
Right. That's
And
why.
now that I know that story and you even just say his name and I think about that and I just literally got choked up again thinking about it. They ain't losing this series.
I don't think so. But
This is like now this is out and they got something to play for. Like, that's fine. I can't wait to watch the start of that game tonight. I cannot wait. It's gonna be unbelievable.
fisticuffs are coming fast on that game.
Ooh.
Favorite thing about today is what?
First, it started with you starting the show successfully. Well, all the videos working. The back end of the show, the production part of it has been successful.
It has.
Working swimmingly for 2 days.
Mhm.
Awesome stuff. I swore 3 times yesterday, 3 times today. That's it.
You did. That's right.
3 times yesterday, 3 times today. So yes, I can do a clean show minus the 3. We'll get back to that. I think Farra's supposed to be back on Monday. We'll see.
Yep.
Hopefully he will. Oh, the other favorite thing about today is that right after the show,
Mhm.
I am headed to the College of Southern Nevada
Nice.
to see the final home regular season games of Kylie's career at the College of Southern Nevada.
Wow.
I have to sit there today and tomorrow. She's got 2 games today and 2 games tomorrow. And then depending how they do and then how they do next week or whatever, we may be in the regionals and we may not. I will be beaming with pride. I will be beaming as a dad watching because I don't know what the next step is for her.
Okay.
I have no idea. And she doesn't either. It's a very uncertain time. The school she was looking at going and being in the rotation and maybe being an outfielder at next year, the coach up and quit 2
Oh,
days ago.
really?
Yeah. So you want to talk about curveballs? I've been
Yeah.
talking about curveballs all week with Pap, who's home from the hospital,
Good.
bitching and complaining, yelling on his side of the house. He's feeling a lot better. I want to thank
Good.
all of you who reached out
Nice.
and
Good.
listen to the show and all that. He's home. It's going to be a little bit slow, but he's feeling better, which is good. But like we say it all the time, everybody's going through something. And
Mhm.
I'm going to be standing there both today and tomorrow watching my oldest play the game she loves.
Does she want to keep going?
She wants to keep going, but remember back to being 19 when everything seemed like a job and sometimes your body hurt and you're not
Yep.
agreeing with the coach and your teammates suck and all of the negative that you see. You
Yeah.
don't see that when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
And she sees it. She's been around some. I mean, we went to Amanda Scarborough, who's doing the games on ESPN. We know her. We know a lot of people in the space that had successful careers and still do. She wants to keep playing. Sometimes the game don't play back,
Right. Fair.
and you got to pivot. Right? People doing content facing a lot of the same questions. Us talking to sponsors, a lot of the same questions. Curveball after curveball after curveball. And we're still here because of you guys, the brigade. So that's my best thing about today and tomorrow is that I'm going to pick Kendall up early from school.
Nice.
She gets to have ice cream. That was the deal
Nice.
we made last night. Pick her up, get her an ice cream on the road to the ballpark. I'll be there all afternoon. And then we'll be watching the Bruins and everybody tonight. Can't wait.
Certain ice cream or any ice cream?
She's 9, man. She gets whatever she wants.
I know. Like, does she want a certain brand or are you just getting it from anywhere? What's the ice cream selection?
Could be anything with
Oh.
this kid. I sometimes I think it's just Menchie's or Dairy Queen or whatever, but like whatever she's in the mood for. The deal was today.
Have you guys gone to Sorry Not Sorry yet?
No,
Oh, okay. You may want to check that out.
really.
Probably, it's the best place. It's the best place in town. Yeah, they have the highest percentage of. It's not cow fat. It's buttermilk fat that you're legally allowed to have in ice cream. It's like the smoothest ice
Is that
cream.
a good thing for the 75? What the hell are you talking about? You can't.
I
have this
can't
for the
eat it.
75.
I can't eat it, but you can eat it. I can't do it.
Listen, man, my 75 started too. I'm trying to
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
match
All right.
your efforts.
Good.
I told you You got to get back in fighting
I
shape.
I didn't tell you that. You didn't tell me you're doing it too. That's great. That is my favorite. My favorite thing about today is just I feel phenomenal. Like I feel so good. I haven't felt like this in a really, so the hard 75, I'm on day 5. It hurt this morning. My knee hurts. It was to get up this morning, and I haven't done 2 workouts a day for 5 straight days since high school. Like
Right.
this is just not something I'm used to doing. But
Right.
I'm going for a walk in the morning, and then I'm lifting in the afternoon. And it's I think it's the water. I just think I have not drank a gallon of water every single day. I guarantee you since I moved to Vegas 7 years ago, but maybe in 2 decades. I don't know. It's been a really huge revelation in my overall, the way I sleep and the way I feel being fully hydrated at all times. I'm not as hungry, which is really weird.
The best.
It's strange. Like I'm not having the same cravings that I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very big eye opener to me about the way I've not been taking care of myself from being in a desert. I mean, growing up where I grew up, like you would drink water
Didn't
when
matter.
you were hot. It didn't matter, right? It wasn't
Didn't matter. Was way different. Way different.
And now, I've already drank a half gallon of water today. I feel great, and I'll work out later on this afternoon. And it's just, I don't know. It's a mental test more than a physical test. And I'm really early into it. And it's 10 weeks. Like it is a long time, but it's just, my brain works well like this. I've fully at 46, I fully know the way my brain works. Schedules are my best friend. I love schedules. Ding, 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 ding. Cross off lists, get things done each day, having a set schedule, go to bed, get up, same time. Bless you.
Thank you.
It's all good. So,
and that's the best part about us in this show, because I am the complete opposite.
You are the complete opposite.
I will just roll with it, and like schedules are good. I love schedules like with the kids, but they don't abide by them.
You're an ish.
My wife completely doesn't abide by them. When you live with all women, your schedule gets blown up every day.
Fair.
So, but as the oldest of 5, we always tried to keep a schedule, but it always got curveballs and everything else. So like, I don't even like to make schedules because it never seems like you can hold them. So I think that's kind of what makes the show the yin and the yang.
I would agree.
I think that's what makes the BVB. There's so many people that relate more to you, relate more to me, but together we're all together. The boys in Pittsburgh are putting together a BVB brigade right now meetup, and they're trying to get us to go.
When?
Wouldn't that be something? I don't know. I just watched this all happen. This is unbelievable. I don't know.
Wow.
We could do a summer show in Pittsburgh. That'd be awesome.
I'm going to be in Nashville over the first week of July, and then I'll be in Boston after that. But we'll figure out something.
Okay.
Some type of I got to go to a wedding in Nashville in July outside on a farm. Yes, hydration will be a very big key.
+1?
I'm bringing Madeline, yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to, she's never seen the South. So I'm going to give her a little taste of where Dad used to live. So show her a little bit of Nashville, go to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and there's a big Taylor Swift exhibit there. So we'll take her to go see that.
Oh boy.
Haven't been there since I drove through when I moved to Houston. So it's been 8 years since I've been in Nashville, 9 years. So
oh my.
Looking forward to that. But then I'll go to Boston for a couple of days as well. So, but
excellent.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Have a phenomenal weekend. We will talk to you on Monday for another episode. Farrah's not here, but he's Dave.